How's it going? Surf here. I will never open a video like that ever again. I'm sorry. Uh, what we have today is a short resource about the 12 egg NBS or NMS. No, it is NBS category on Spyro 1. Specifically looking at a console run from Gamingmad. I was talking to him the other day about what can be done to take this run to the next 10-second barrier of a 7.4x. Recently came back to the category myself. Lead and I trading second place times. Lead has bopped me again. Well done. Regardless of that, I'm definitely going to say now that I'm not the best suited to talk about a Spyro 1 category, let alone a category I've only been playing again very recently. But having watched through this once already, not that I remember everything I looked at, I do think there are some things I can point out that will help going forward. So if this is a useful resource, great. If not, it will just fade into obscurity, won't it? So then let's get the game open. Nope, the VOD, I should say. I'm going to try not to talk during the run, and we are going to watch the whole video, which goes to about, I think, 19 minutes. I'll try and stop it every time I think there's something worth talking about. Not much to say here. Like, for the sake of splits, just skip it as fast as you can. It's nice that this category's one of the run killing tricks is right at the start. Not nest to skip. Having the proxy in your first level as opposed to the very last in Bone Dance does make it a little bit better, I think. But having to go through this cutscene every time sucks. Alright. Straight over to here. Wedged in the corner, facing the wall. Lovely proxy there. Great lineup on the thief. I would say that's better than my lineup because I do more of a hard pivot once I've aggroed the thief. That was much more smooth. A little bit of slowdown, ramming into them head on. I tried to aim for the side a bit more, but you're not really losing time for it. And of course, a lot of quick game continues going on.
Come on.
This is the run, mate. So here I would probably hold charge when descending, but the advantage of not holding charge there is you can make contact with the dragon above the ground, so probably evens out. It probably wouldn't hurt to hold charge even slightly, just to descend a bit faster. Gems are looking good. Okay. Stone Hill, I wasn't expecting to have much to talk about. There really isn't much to talk about. I skipped ahead again because there's a lot of cutscenes. Yep. Everything as you would expect, just lots of straight lines, hold charge all the time. We'll skip ahead a little here. Given that it's a short run, in less than 8 minutes of actual content, I know there's not heaps to talk about. Though it's getting me in the mood to maybe do more reviews soon. That's irrelevant. Okay. Gonna get there in time, that's great. Opting not to charge off of that. I mean, it's such a minor time save to charge off of there, because you still have to just think about the cycle that comes up afterwards. Yeah. Just, it's not even worth talking about, is it? You save 0.2, 0.3 of a second. I know for a fact there'll be something more important to talk about later, so I will try not to drag this on. Okay, I will go back slightly. This is not the cleanest. Starts off great. So what I would do in this moment is I would already be flaming. I know that the, what do you want to call it? The Ox? No? Probably not. Anyway, it's passing right in front of Spyro in this moment. So if you flame and do like a spin, like a 180-degree spin, you're covering a lot of angles. You'll probably hit them straight away. What we do here is we actually head forwards towards the dragon and then back. I would probably not even have moved Spyro. Just flame and turn to cover the area surrounding you. In that time, hopefully the green gem from the previous enemy is being picked up, and you don't have to walk very far at all to pick up the blue gem. But instead, we have to run back to grab it. What is that, maybe a second? Maybe 2 seconds. In terms of improvements, they add up, but it's tough to... Okay. I was going to say, it's tough to get noticeable time save off one improvement. It's going to take several things, but that's all good. This one felt a little slow in the sense that getting there was fine. Getting up to the ledge was actually better than what I do, because you did skip out on the green gem. But to, like, I would have flamed the moment I made contact with the ledge. I think the charge there is more so because it secures the kill. You just go a little more into their domain so that you can ensure if they start running away, you'll catch them. But you can flame them a little bit earlier than that. That is all I'm saying. Now I talk way too much, don't I? And let's talk about those reds. Shouldn't have to go near that platform. That's definitely 120% movement. You should be able to go straight for the dragon here. And then when collecting... So that is movement from holding right. So you just hold right and you've gone too far now. So the movement you want to do after that dragon is between 1 and 2 o'clock. So 45-degree angle. And if you do like a little charge hop, you'll land on that. Or you can wait and then charge hop. If you run through 2 of the red gems, you'll pick up at least 1 more as well. And getting 3 out of 4 is completely fine. But to be fair, I didn't see the movement just after. I do like the little glide to correct the angle. But I'd say it's another half a second or so that can be pulled back. And then everything else in Artisans is great. Touching down in Peacekeepers. I noticed when I saw that was very clean, and maybe cleaner than what I was doing in my run. Grabbing those gems as well is good. I won't comment too much on gem count because everyone's got the number they're aiming for either in their splits or in their head, but 197 I think is
I'm most likely going to have the energy
basically perfect.
Just to do this one more run, just about.
Yeah, it just shows it's always just one more.
I mean,
sometimes that's all it takes.
I could be wrong, but if this goes either 801 or better, then yeah. So what I'm going to do is if it either equals 801 or it beats it, then I'll do another run.
Yeah, we got to run afterwards as well. That's awesome.
For the time, end of the runs and end of the stream for the time being.
So in terms of Dry Canyon, everything seems to be going normally. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, let's just play it out. So it's slightly slower than the most optimal approach here. But we're talking another half a second. So the flame, you can then, as you do, go into the gold gem. Ideally, you'll be able to run off the sand on the right hand side of the steps and boosted jump up to the second step. Yeah, so you're maybe half a second behind the optimal approach, but I like the little charges onto each step.
Shit, that'll do.
So that wasn't the end of the world, but obviously not ideal. What I've been doing here is I will charge jump a little early to hit the bird in the air, and I will land on the green gem on the left, and then Sparks is looking around, and the only gem he has to collect is on the right. So I don't need to go through the middle of these. Maybe that charge jump is a little late, because, yeah, we're going to come down way after that green gem.
I don't know where this is heading now, that's the only problem.
So up here, what I would do, charge jump a little early, maybe, because they're just taking flight now, so charge jump so I will land on the left gem, and then I pick up the green gem without needing to adjust for anything.
Shit!
It avoids the bonk. Clean a line going through into these.
I think that will do.
How do we go with the thief? Ah, yeah. So the thief setup feels maybe a little slow. It's not bad, but it just means like when we get to this spot, you're turning the camera. A tip, if you're not used to it, is you can quick center the camera with the left trigger. At least on my controller, that's what the button is. And quick centering the camera is really good for a lot of things. It just means you continue the flow. You're not, because I think even on active mode, it's still a slow rotate in some cases. What we could also do, instead of standing whilst the camera's moving, is you could start walking Spyro a little closer to where you're going to go next. But ultimately, you still nail this, and that's what's important. So even if that was another half a second, it's not a run killer. Whereas missing the thief absolutely is.
421, I believe. Yeah, 421. Okay.
That seems like a very healthy jump count.
There we go.
Gonna grab all the enemies here. Yeah, I like the flame into pushing forward to hit everyone.
What I'm gonna do, I think.
Sorry, I did skip that. Let's go back.
Apologies there. But yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think.
Ah, the run back.
So
Yep.
it's got to be either 801 or lower. So 801, 800, or 759, or etc. etc.
So I'm using RTA splits when I do runs, but I don't know if gaming does the same. I don't know at what point you start to think, is this a really good run? Or if it's just, hey, I've not been making many mistakes. This definitely feels like it could be a good run. I haven't got to the point where I'm opening the guidebook for stuff like that. Nice pivot there. This is a prime example of what I was talking about with the quick center. So going on through, good lines. Grab these guys. Good pivot. What I will often do here is I will glide into the first step. So I'll do the charge jump up. So where you like landed and then jumped, I will glide into that just so I land a bit faster, then jump up again. The moment I touch down, whereas I hear you turn the camera with the stick, I will, tap downwards on the movement so Spyro does a 180 and now he's facing the camera. And then I will tap the quick center with the left trigger. And so I get to this screen just that little bit quicker, probably, I'd say close to a second lost just on camera movement here. And it's such an easy fix. It will really improve I'd say it improves everything, just being able to quick center the camera, because you don't want to have to use the right analog stick more than you need to. It is useful sometimes, but if you're using it in a situation like this, which is sort of a correction, but it's really helpful for the setup, because if you blindly send it here, as I have done, it goes very wrong. So if this is considered mandatory movement, then you really do want to optimize it. And I think the quick center camera will show you the way. That was a good jump, maybe 90 minutes at this point, but I think he would have had it either way. Good adjustment on the thief there, because the thief usually in front of those 3 red gems. I think that had something to do with the angle you took approaching the steps in the first place, but hey, recovered it well. Skipping out on that 2 gem, I like that he skipped the enemy on the left because they only give a green gem, and the gem count is really good already. Not necessary to hit 1200. Okay, skipping out on a red, but again, I don't think that matters. So a cleaner line than what I take, because I usually go for that red. Safe glide. Runs through most of those gems, which will be quicker than waiting for Sparks to pick them up. Alright, I did want to talk a bit about this. So I like the decision to not wait for Sparks there. Gets the magic stairs, which is great, but because of the angle leaving the stairs, this is very, like, this is not an optimal line. You're having to, like, go back and forth a lot. I don't know if that's just because you wanted to hit them with the flame from the left side, but I think it would be better to aim, like, dead center and do more of a 180 flame in front of yourself. Still, it does set you up for the second part here.
That'll do. That'll have to do.
At the end of the day, getting through the level is the main thing. I can sense the adrenaline. But since getting out of Artisans, it's definitely a little more shaky, just the anticipation of having a good run after a long session by the sound of things. So another thing to note is try to relax as best you can, because we're about the halfway point. Like, it's understandable to get nervous by, like, high caves and wizard peak, but you know, little mistakes come and go. Very nice through there.
Okay.
Skip ahead a little bit.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think with how minor the mistakes have been, I can sense that feeling of this is a good run. Given that it's console, the menuing doesn't matter at all. Just get to your destination.
Be nice. Thank you. That'll do. That'll do.
Made the jump. Slightly different from how I do the jump. In fact, I will talk about how I do the jump. I will go for a sort of boosted jump, and I will approach it from maybe a bit more left of where Spyro is right now. And I'm aiming for the far left of the top ledge, because as you can see, it's a little bit lower. That, to me, has been very consistent. I don't know how consistent this approach is, but I think 90 minutes may have helped.
I'll take it, I'll take it, I'll take that.
I think your approach with these enemies is cleaner than mine, and that, again, is down to a lot of 120. Grab that 10, which is really good. A little bit sketchy. And just a little thing with this gem. It would be quicker there to jump into the gem. Something I saw Noel do, and which I've been copying. Has its own risks, because you definitely don't want to overshoot that. But instead of waiting 0.3, 0.4 of a second for Sparks to grab it, if you land on the gem, so, you know, you're not on the ground around the gem, so Sparks doesn't see it. If you just collide with the gem yourself, immediately picks it up, straight away you can pause, and you're out. Same thing you do at the start of Cliff Town.
Alright. Well, we did everything right. We basically, apart from not charging the chest, we basically did everything right there. We did everything right.
I think we're 2 gems up, and
well, I can
that's
say this
a
now, that
fine
was better
spot.
than the first run, I can tell you that much.
I know from my own runs, but also watching other runs, that bit probably can be optimized a bit more. But I don't really know how to explain it, nor do I know what it would be. So all I'll say is, you got all the gems there, that's great.
But it's better than the first run, the previous run that I just did. I feel, anyway. 901, okay.
So, yeah. There's an optional 1 gem after Shemp, meaning that we could have been 899 here and been absolutely fine. Night Flight. Oh boy. I am not Narwhal. I'm not going to divulge all the secrets of Night Flight because I don't know them all. And I'm not going to ask you to do anything you're not comfortable with here. However, there's a fair bit of time to be made up in Night Flight. That was very risky and it paid off, I suppose. Even up until like this point of the flight, there are instances where I feel the need to talk about like, oh, you could have flown a bit lower here, you could have taken a tighter line, could have started your glide earlier, I don't know. The main thing is you're getting through Night Flight unscathed. The end of the flight, I will talk about. Yeah, the flame hitboxes are quite big. I think you're playing it a little safe. With that said, the pressure is on. Given this a short run, you definitely can't afford to lose any time to small mistakes. But because of the next sequence, which is quite suboptimal, we need to assess this. So what I would do here, and what you see most top runners doing, is we'll go through the first ring, if you want to call it that, the gate, and we're going to fly up to the lighthouse you can see. From there, you'll go left to the lighthouse on the left, drop down. There's some pretty awkward movement to hit the gate that is in front of us here. But that prevents us needing to do like a loop back. Now, this is obviously straightforward. I like that little charged turn, to be honest. The problem, though, is that Night Flight's already ended for most runners. We'll secure it with the final flame. I'll tell you there's an easy 3 to 4 seconds to gain here. And my best time is a 102.2. Yes, I overdo it, so I wouldn't ask you to get that time. But I guess my average is about a 104. So this is essentially a 108. And yeah, consistency is key for flights, but the category is so short, it's not great to lose 4 seconds here. The deficit to my time, 7:49, is 9 seconds, yeah? Almost half of it is just on this split. So all the other things I've talked about, you can clean them all up, but if you're not pulling any time back here, I think it's going to be really difficult to get a 7.4x. We'll keep going. And again, Narwhal is the guy. There's a whole video out about Night Flight. I wouldn't worry about the ins and outs too much, but definitely that end section. Once you can get comfortable, it requires like a little charge in the air to redirect yourself. It's just so much faster. And it will help in every Spyro 1 category you do, pretty much. Except Vortex.
Hang on.
Hang on, he's getting a PB. Obviously, slightly overjammed. Perfect. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I can feel the anticipation already.
Everybody, let's finish strong.
Let's finish strong.
Whatever happens, let's finish strong.
And for a short category, finishing runs is just sensible, unless it's been absolutely dire. Get as many runs to those awkward splits as possible. Stonehill's pretty awkward. Town Square's a bit awkward. But getting used to the routes through these later levels has taken me a bit of adjustment when your only goal is the egg thieves. So it feels like I'm playing Neo Vortex because I'm just running through the levels. But then I also need to nail the thief kill really fast. And there is an advantage to having game audio in this one, as we'll see. Cutting across here is good. I would often flame the guy on the left because now he's right in our face. So we have to flame him anyway. Or, well, we didn't need to, but it just delays us slightly getting up here. So what I would do, cut across to that, go straight here to flame the big guy, and then he doesn't come over and potentially mess us up. Because if you'd gone for like a preemptive jump there, you would have been hit, and that could have been enough to even miss the cycle. Or if not that one, maybe this one. That was a good quick glide. I don't know if we would have made it otherwise. Cutting the corner here? Ah, no. So you can actually cut this corner a little bit if you'd like. Bit riskier. But you can charge jump a bit off the ledge. And we'll see it again. Because it's quite a tight turn. So if you charge jump off the ledge, I don't know if you have to then glide to land it, I forget. But it's definitely doable. Slightly faster, again. All the slightly faster things do add up. So when I did my run, I didn't remember that you can cut across between the dragon and the vortex here. So this is a good improvement over my one. Straight over here. We're going to hear the FIFA demo. There he is. And because the laugh has ended and the animation has stopped, go straight for the kill, which is excellent. I've been a lot more hesitant on my runs, so I'm not able to listen to the thief very easily. 1 down, 2 to go. What do we do here? Are we going up the fast way? Yes, we are. Kill the small metal guy. It was maybe slightly slow, just to ensure you were lined up and everything. I guess confidence comes through doing it heaps and heaps. Good kill. So we're at 8 eggs and there's 2 thieves per level coming up. Let's have a look at the cave movement. Definitely possible to not get hit here. I'd say maybe that was a little wide, but safe, so can understand it. This seems fine. Yeah, so 2 things to talk about. Aside from taking that first bit a bit wide. I like to go for the gap on the left, but I don't think it's exactly faster because I still have to do like a quick turn once I get up on the ledge, whereas you're already lined up for it. What I like to do, I'll aim for the gap on the right, and probably through experience, you've gathered that, hey, if I go for the gap on the right, I'm going to get hit. If you jump, so if you do a charge jump as he closes in, you'll dodge the attack. So you can go for the left one, but I like that you've sort of aggroed him to the middle to get around them. And there you might be able to turn around a little quicker, but we're talking 0.1, 0.2 of a second, so nitpicks. I like that you charge straight at them instead of skipping the animation because you can turn around immediately. That might actually be faster than going for any sort of airborne shenanigans. I don't know that for a fact. Good charge jump here. Slightly before leaving the ramp is good. That obviously wasn't ideal. So I probably would have let go of charge just a little bit earlier than this. And then as soon as I'm able to control Spyro again, I'm charging somewhere to the left. I don't know if that was a misinput. Good recovery nonetheless. But that's another...
Slight hesitation there. Very slightly for about a second or two.
Not two, definitely not.
Very slightly. Maybe a second at the most, I'd say. Second, maybe 2 seconds at the most.
Hey, if we consider that as something you'll get right next time, then that's easily a second closer to your goal.
Right.
Make or break. Staying hydrated, I can hear that.
I'm not really sure. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a point, isn't it? Because without splits, And without being able to, or without choosing to check IGT run to run, you just have to go off feel.
What more? I don't know what more I could have done, but we'll have to wait and see.
Skipping past that guy's good. Skipping around that guy's good. Flame charge on that one. Skipping around this guy. Everything looks good so far. So when I was watching Noel's route to try and copy it, I noticed he went for the right-hand side here. It surely makes next to no difference because you still have to... No, okay. So if you consider that the thief is dead center, and I'm pointing at my monitor like that's going to make sense. If you approach the thief from the right-hand side, you have a shorter distance to walk back to. Whereas if you approach the thief from the left-hand side, you have to walk through the space where the thief was to get there. It's such a minor optimization, but if you're walking it to be safe, that might be another 0.4, 0.5 of a second. That was such an aggressive charge. I like it. Goes to the animation cancel as well. And for good measure, can get up to the thief a little quicker than that. Once we land down here, got to flame that enemy. From this spot, you can do like a full jump to the right to stand up on the ring around the lake, pond at best. And then you can go for, as you did in the previous world, like a glide or a charge jump over into a glide, into a flame to catch the thief. Because now we are going around a bit to catch them.
And the run is now done. GG. Yes!
I love that pop-off. I love it so much. You can tell how many hours have gone into this category. And it's a well-deserved sub-8, well-deserved third place, and I feel bad to have come along and ruined that. But there's no reason to say that you can't get in contention once more. Because I think most of these little improvements that I'm trying to impart will definitely add up to 9 seconds, at least. So I look forward to seeing what you do with that. Whether or not you get a PB soon, just remember, this is such a reset-heavy category. You can absolutely include it in part of a stream and then do something else. Don't force yourself into the grind if you're not feeling it. And it's not going anywhere. I think if I do come back to do more runs, as I am quite motivated at the moment, I don't see myself taking it that much further. So the goalpost shouldn't be moving that much. Get yourself down to the 7-4x. I believe in you. I hope anyone who is checking this out takes something away from it. If not, good night. I don't know. Catch you next time. Bloop.